So after witnessing Barcelona's amazing comeback against Atlético Madrid, which ended 4-2, Diego Simeone had a few good things to say about FC Barcelona, and this is what he said. I said it before, Barcelona is the team that plays the best football, combines the best team play, and has distinguished players on a individual level. And I'm telling you guys, this Barcelona team under Hansi Flick, it is something special. I know that there was this one record that was talked about a few hours ago. I think it has something to do with the fact that Diego Simeone never allowed a 2-0 comeback against him up until today, which shows that Barcelona is built different. These players that we do have, these youngsters like Lamine Yamal, Gavi, Pedri, Casado, Alejandro Balde, Cubarsí, and all these other players, right? There's just something about these youngsters that is just different. We have never seen something like this happen at Barcelona. Yes, we can talk about the youngsters from 2008 and 9, where we saw Sergio Busquets. At that time, Piqué was also pretty young. Xavi and Iniesta were also pretty young. But let's keep in mind that most of those players from that generation were around the age of 23 to 24 years old. What Barcelona is achieving here is something special because these players are not, like most of these players are not even 22 years old yet. The ceiling is very high. And that is why I do say, like, okay, fine. When Barcelona do achieve what they need to achieve this season, because I do think that they're going to be winning more trophies this season, I want to make it very clear that I am going to be satisfied by the end of the season. I'm going to be saying, oh my God, I praise these players. These players are amazing. I have only good things to say about the players, but I'm also going to be demanding even more. And I'm also going to continue to critique these players even more. Even if we win the treble, yes, I'm going to do that. And I say that because there is no way in hell their level is going to stop at the age of 21 or 22 years old. They have to get better. These players usually peak around 25 to 29 years old in terms of the style, in terms of their evolution, in terms of their fitness and everything in between. So yes, if we end up winning the treble, I'm going to still be critiquing these players, asking how can Barcelona play even better, because it's all about improvement no matter what you win. And so I do think that FC Barcelona will do something special because we are going to be combining winning trophies and playing in a very unique way, like what Diego Simeone said. And I want to talk about that, right? Because there has been a few clubs where we saw them play pretty good and they also won trophies. And we also seen previous versions of FC Barcelona play well and win trophies. For example, Barcelona won 8 La Liga titles between 2004 and 2015. Through that time, we played amazing football. And of course, we were very entertaining throughout those times. Messi was amazing. We saw Xavi playmaking, Iniesta dribbling through multiple players. We saw David Villa take down one player, shoot from outside the box. It was very positional play, tiki-taka, quick passing, and high pressing. Another club that I'm going to be calling up, it is going to be, yes, Real Madrid. I don't think that Real Madrid's best version in terms of style and how attractive their football is nowhere near FC Barcelona in their prime. But they did have a few moments here and there. Like, for example, back in 2016, 17, and 18, they had a very counter-attacking style to their game, and it was excellent. They played well, and they also won multiple trophies, especially the Champions League. Even with Bayern Munich, back in 2020, also coached by Hansi Flick, that team was also amazing. Very vertical, they pressed high. Lewandowski scored like 55 goals that season. Alphonso Davies was taking down multiple players. Sané and Gnabry looked like they could not be beaten on the flanks. They won the sextuple, while at the same time playing very attracting football. As for Manchester City, which is going to be my next one, back in 2023, they won the treble, the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Champions League, and they played the positional play, right? It was an evolution. It was a more improved and refined version of what we saw with the Barcelona back in 2012. And we can take it all the way back to 1970, right? Brazil had the Samba football. It's nothing like what we saw with City, Bayern, Real Madrid, or FC Barcelona, but it was very entertaining. Everybody loved their football, and they won trophies. Like, for example, the World Cup. So this whole thing about playing well and winning titles on the way, it's nothing new to football. I just think that in terms of who does it the best, it is only FC Barcelona. Like, there is Man City, Bayern, Real Madrid, who could be in like second or third or fourth place. And then you have FC Barcelona, which is like first place for sure, and by a huge margin. This is something that Barcelona have been trying to achieve over the past 7 to 80 years. We have been unsuccessful. Yes, we did sacrifice our ability to win titles to play well, but sometimes that did hurt us a little and it backfired. Hansi Flick, though, has been able to find the balance where we can get the best out of Lamine Yamal, where he takes down multiple players. Rafinha attacking the open spaces, Lewandowski getting back to his goal-scoring form, Pedri and Gavi being relentless in the final third, even Alejandro Balde, who is now officially becoming a true left back and being able to defend in deep areas and also be very effective in the final third. This team can do anything. We even have Jules Koundé, who was not even supposed to be a right back today because he was a center back 3 years ago. But the fact that he is the best right back in the world world, there's a reason to that, and that is because he can link up play with Lamine Yamal very well. I do think that there was a game where Jules Koundé did score 2 goals against one of the teams in La Liga. Where do you ever see that? I'll say one of the most entertaining games that Barcelona have produced so far would be the match against Bayern, which ended 4-1, the 4-0 win against Real Madrid at their home. We also had another good game against Borussia Dortmund, which ended 3-2. We won against Athletic Club 2-0, 5-2 against Real Madrid in the Supercopa de España, 5-1 against Real Betis, 5-1 against Benfica, 7-1 against Valencia, and of course a great game against Atletico Madrid again, which ended 4-2. Now you may be wondering, like, why is this so important? Why is it so important for us to play good football and win titles? Because why can't Barcelona just be like Real Madrid and just rig these games, play horrible, and win multiple titles, multiple Champions Leagues every year? First of all, Real Madrid would never do this because they know that it's very difficult. They cannot be what Barcelona is today. Even with the best players in the world, they can never implement attractive attacking football. It just can't happen, which is the reason why Barcelona have struggled for so many years to get it right, and we're finally here. But there is a couple of reasons why we would want to achieve this. Point number one, the club identity and its legacy, right? We want to be able to pay tribute to our past legends who helped us get to what Barcelona is today. Point number two, fan engagement and global appeal. We want the fans and football fans in general to be able to say, okay, I want to watch a game this Saturday or Sunday. Who should I watch? I only have about 2 hours to spend for the weekend because I'm going to be busy, but I do want to see a game. Who should I watch? And I do think that a team like FC Barcelona is the perfect answer. Can you imagine telling that person, oh, you should watch Real Madrid or you should watch Tottenham? It's depressing. They're going to be bored. They're going to be like, oh my God, like what type of sport is this? Why is this so boring? But if you see a team like FC Barcelona, they're going to be like, wow, I love football. Football is amazing. Look at how they generate all of these goal scoring opportunities. Look at how this player that's only 18 or 17 years old taking down players. Look at the fluid passing. I love this. And it grows the sport overall. FC Barcelona is the prime example on extending football into people's lives. I also think that it's going to help us develop talent better. Hence the reason why we have seen so many youngsters from La Masia blossom. Tony Fernandez, Gulli Fernandez, they're coming up with the way that we have been playing. They do get inspired and they're going to want to play the exact same way and improve themselves. So it's a win-win for FC Barcelona in the first team and also in the B team. And lastly, I do think that it does give us a psychological impact because the players are more motivated for sure to play when they are encouraged to express themselves creatively rather than just focus on being very disciplined in defense or just making a long ball to the attack and that's it. We want these players to express themselves on the field like what we see with Pedri, Frankie, Casado, Lamine Yamal, and so forth. An attacking mindset does create a winning culture based on the confidence and ambition rather than the fear of losing, right? That's the reason why Barcelona have been able to come back in multiple occasions because they are an attacking team. They're not afraid. They're like, okay, you scored 2 goals against us, we'll score 4. Okay, you scored 3 goals against us, we'll score 4. If you score 1, we'll score 3. That's just how it is. Hansi Flick really has unlocked a brand new level. I see no point in trying to tell these players to play very conservative, to play a low block, and when you find a player from up top making the runs behind the defensive line, like for example what Vinicius does all the time, you kick a long ball to Vinicius and that's it, he scores, and there's no point to that. It's ugly football. I feel bad for the Real Madrid fans who go over there to the Santiago Bernabeu and they have to see that team play. It just really sucks. It's depressing. Like bro, like they have to spend money, they waste 2 hours of their lives watching Real Madrid and they have to fake their motivation, they have to fake their excitement after the game is over, and they go home and they're like, well, I'm glad that was over, right? Like I was trying to act positive because that's what we're supposed to do, but goddamn, that was so boring. Like it really is boring. Trust me. I know, and I'm saying that because I watch Real Madrid play. I do. I watch Real Madrid play like I watch FC Barcelona play. A lot of consistency every Saturday, every Sunday, and I just see nothing, dude. I literally see nothing from those players. And when Mbappe or Vini or Bellingham or Rodrigo or Endrick are not inspired to play, like if things are not going their way, you already know what happens next. You get a rigged call through the refs or whatever, allowing the play to happen when it's not supposed to happen. Real Madrid score, and then boom, and then they come out and say, we're the best team in the world. Oh my God, Real Madrid, the biggest team ever. Like that's not gonna work. Us football fans, FC Barcelona fans, know what is football and what's not. And that is the reason why we are happy with our team today, is because they are the best team in the world and they're doing it by winning and entertaining the world at the moment. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.